boys and girls, it is time for some journaling. You're going to need your white journal that says My Journal, a pencil, and some crayons. We're going to go ahead and pass all of the prompters and go to your very first free page. Go ahead and get those items, and then we come back, we're going to be writing about the coral reefs. You know that beautiful coral at the bottom? Do you guys think that those are plants or rocks? We're going to find out. Go ahead and pause and then get your items and come back and meet me for a quick video. All right, boys and girls, so I'm so excited to be learning about God's great big ocean and all of the wonderful creatures that live in the ocean. So we're going to watch a quick little video about the coral reef. I want you to listen really carefully because we are going to be writing about it and drawing pictures. Okay, here we go.
Wow, that is so beautiful, isn't it, Squeaks? We're looking at pictures of a coral reef, a rocky piece of ground in the ocean that's made of and home to animals called coral. I wonder if this is the Great Barrier Reef. That's the biggest coral reef in the entire world. It's in the ocean near the country of Australia. See these parts of the picture? Those are the coral. Oh, you're right, Squeaks. Coral looks a lot like plants, but they're not. Coral are small animals that make and live in a hard, rocky material. Instead of moving around like most animals, they attach to the rocks and stay there for the rest of their lives. That's why they might seem like plants at first, because plants don't move around either. One small part of a coral reef can have thousands of coral all living together. Millions of coral over thousands of years have made the Great Barrier Reef. This huge reef is about 2,300 kilometers long. That's so long that if you could drive along it in a car, it would take you almost an entire day and night. Like all coral reefs, the Great Barrier Reef is home to lots of other kinds of animals too, big and small. Take, for example, the dugong. These big animals eat plants. Lots of plants. Dugongs spend their whole day looking for and grazing on the sea grasses that grow on coral reefs like the Great Barrier Reef. If the reef didn't exist, these gentle giants wouldn't have enough to eat. Other animals need the rocky coral reef so that they have a safe place to live, like moray eels. They might look fierce and dangerous, but they're really very shy, so they spend most of their time hiding in caves and spaces in the reef. Yes, Squeaks, just like you're hiding behind this desk. Other animals use the coral reef to hide in a different way, like the cuttlefish. Cuttlefish can change the color of their skin so they look a lot like the coral reef. That helps the cuttlefish hide from other animals that want to eat them. The Great Barrier Reef is an important place for all these animals, and it's an important place for people too. The reef helps protect Australia from the strong waves that storms churn up from the water. We can also make some types of medicine using the plants and animals that live there. But the ocean is changing, and that means changes for the Great Barrier Reef too. Some things people do, like use too much electricity, make the world get a little warmer, including the oceans. As the ocean gets warmer, coral can have a hard time getting enough food. And with fewer coral, the animals that live around them have a harder time finding enough food too. Another problem is pollution in the ocean. Chemicals, litter, and other kinds of waste that can eventually make their way into the water and hurt the animals that live there. But people are working on ways to help the animals that live on and around the reef to stay healthy, like learning how to keep pollution from getting into the ocean. And there are things that we can do to help too, no matter where we live. For example, things that go down drains in our sinks or bathtubs can sometimes end up in the ocean. We can help keep the ocean clean by only putting things we're supposed to down the drain. We can also make sure trash ends up in the garbage can or recycling bin where it belongs, which helps keep it from getting into rivers or the ocean. There are lots of awesome living things in the ocean, and if everyone works together, we can help keep them healthy. Thanks for joining us. If you want to keep learning and having fun with Squeaks and me, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
All right, boys and girls, the coral reef is so beautiful. I want to go all the way back to the first picture she showed us. And I want to pause it right there because we're going to be drawing some pictures about that. So why don't we go ahead and start with that today. Go ahead and open up your journal, and we're going to write today's date, which is 4-30-20, and we'll do the illustration first today. So we're going to go ahead and color your ocean, and you're going to color the really pretty coral. Coral is bright and colorful. We can do that together, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and escape that and minimize it, and I might just come back to it and use it for a resource. All right, so here is mine. Let me see. There we go. All right, so I have my journal. I'm going to go ahead and start coloring it. The coral is really bright and pretty colors. I think I'm going to do kind of like a brown rock first, kind of like this, so it sits at the bottom of the ocean. And then I'm going to color it in. So I might do the outside darker and the inside lighter, like this. And did you hear what they said? They attach themselves to one place and they stay there forever, so they don't move. So we're going to go ahead and attach the different color coral. I saw some pretty green ones. And I'm going to go, let me do the outline first. So maybe I'll just kind of go like that. And then I'll color it in like this. And I saw some pretty purple ones. They're just kind of like all odd kind of shapes. So you get that purple going over here. And maybe a little different shape. And they were really close together, weren't they? Okay. And I'm going to do the lighter color on the inside. So I think that's pretty, but you can do yours however you want. I think it's really beautiful though. Then maybe I'll do some blue, right really close to it. And maybe I'll do this one like a little tall, like that. And do the translucent. So if you guys want to do darker and lighter colors, you press hard to make the dark ones and press light for the other ones. How you guys doing? Are you guys doing good? Okay, I like that color orange, so I think I'm going to use my orange maybe over here, so it's kind of like peeking out like this, because coral is very beautiful, I think. Okay, and maybe add a green over here behind it. Like that, and then color it in. And then, because it's in the ocean, we want to do the water, so I'm going to go really big, and then all of mine are going to be underneath. Now I know Michael is already thinking, oh, I have some ideas, because Michael really likes to draw. He's a very good artist. So are a lot of you guys. But I know Michael likes a lot of details in his pictures, so I'm sure he's going to be drawing other sea creatures as well, which is totally fine. You can draw other sea creatures. But your focus is going to be on the coral. So I'm almost done with mine. How am I doing? Am I doing a good job? Go around it, because I don't want to cover it up with my blue. And then almost done. So you want, I think that you would want all of the blue to be covered up and nothing showing. There we go. All right, so here is a picture of my coral, of what it looks like. What you're going to do now is go ahead and finish yours. You can go ahead and push pause, okay? Now, when we do our writing, we're going to start with our green dots. So let me go ahead and take this off translucent. And hit green. And so we're going to do our green dot right here, which means go. Whoops, that's a big dot. And our arrow means push it in. Okay, so boys and girls, what did we learn about today? we learned about coral. So word counters, we're going to say, I learned about coral. We're going to write 4 words. I'm going to do the first sentence with you. I learned about coral. Let's write it. So we're going to start with a Connie capital. It's going to fall down. I'm going to try my best writing even though I'm journaling. I'm going to do a finger space. Earned. There's 4 sounds, but we know there's bossy R in there. I'll show you where he's at. So we're going to write I learned. Now look at this word, boys and girls. There are no vowels. We know that all of our words have vowels. So bossy R is taking 2 sounds away. Do you remember what they are? They're an E and an A. I learned, and there's another E in here. I learned about. Okay, remember if I'm going too fast, just pause, push that little button. All right, about. About is also a kindergarten sight word. It sounds like a, but it's really an A. Let me see, I don't think I'm going to have room right here. I'm going to try. A, B, O, U, T. I didn't have room, but you guys might. If you run out of room, just go on the green dot. I learned about. I ran out of room, and I'm going to say coral. Oral. Oral. So we're going to do a C, O, R, A, and an L. I learned about coral. Peter, period. I learned about coral. I love learning about coral. I like learning about new things in general. Go ahead and finish that. Remember to end it with a punctuation mark. You know you're not done. We got 2 more sentences to go. So what color are we going to put on it? We're going to put on a yellow dot. Okay, so we're going to put a yellow dot right here. And we learned that they look like plants. How many boys and girls thought that they were rocks or plants? They're not. They're animals. So we want to write first, we learned they are animals. How about we just go, they are animals? That might be easier. Let's write, they are animals. They are animals. They is a sight word, so you should know how to read it. It's a little bit harder to spell. So right after your yellow dot, you're going to do they. It's the hard TH sound, the. A. That's why it's so important to know all of those. R, A-R-E. They are. They are animals. Let's try to spell that one out by yourself. Animals. There's 7 sounds. Animals. Gotta really stretch that word out, okay? Animals. They are animals. I'm going to show you how we spell it, but you don't have to change yours if it's spelled the wrong way, because animals is a hard word, and I just care that you are trying. They are animals. They are animals. Peter, period. And then after that, you're going to do a yellow dot. Remember, pause me. All right. Now, we also learned that they do not move around. So you can say for your next sentence, they do not move around. You can say they attach themselves to one place and they stay there their whole life. They also help protect some of the sea creatures. Did you hear about the eel that hides in the caves? I don't like eels, but they said that they're not dangerous animals. Okay, so some of the creatures go in there to protect themselves from their predators. So go ahead and write one other fact about coral, and then you can finish and add more details to your illustration. I can't wait to see more about it. Great job, guys.